Final Fantasy VII Remake, a love letter that dares to rewrite fate. So, I just finished my second playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I need to talk about it. Because here's the thing. Final Fantasy VII is one of my favourite gaming franchises of all time. I've lived with these characters, this world, and this story for years. I know the original game inside and out. And when Remake was first announced, like a lot of people, I had questions. Real concerns. Would it live up to the legacy? Would it capture what made the original so special? But now, dozens of hours later, I can say this with absolute certainty. This isn't just a remake, it's a reinterpretation, one that respects everything the original accomplished while daring to challenge it, expand it, and yes, change it. And somehow, against all odds, it works. This is my review of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I want to explain why this game isn't just a nostalgia trip. It's something bolder, something riskier, and it might just be one of the best JRPGs ever made. Let me take you back to the exact moment I realised this wasn't the game I expected. Cloud meets Aerith. She offers him a flower. It's a scene burned into the memory of anyone who played the original. But then something changes. These black spectral figures appear, the Whispers, and suddenly the game is telling you something very clearly. Fate is watching. At first, I wasn't sure what to make of them, but as the story unfolded, it became clear what the developers were doing. The Whispers aren't just enemies, they're guardians of the original timeline, enforcers of destiny itself. They appear whenever events start to drift away from how things are supposed to happen. And Sephiroth? He's not just the villain anymore. He's actively trying to break free from that predetermined fate. This is where Remake becomes fascinating. It asks a dangerous question. What if the characters could defy destiny? What if they knew what was coming and chose to fight it? And I loved this approach. Instead of simply retreading familiar ground, Remake uses our knowledge of the original game as a narrative weapon. It turns expectation into tension. You're not just watching events unfold, you're wondering whether they'll unfold the same way at all. The ending cemented this idea for me. Fighting the literal embodiment of fate and stepping into an unknown future felt satisfying, but intentionally incomplete. I immediately wanted more. Waiting for rebirth after that cliffhanger was the agony. But that's the mark of great storytelling. It leaves you restless, curious, desperate to know what happens next. Remake succeeds because fate isn't just a plot device, it's the central theme. And by making fate the enemy, the game earns the right to change things. Now, let's talk about Midgar. Because turning what was once a 6-hour opening section into a full 40-hour game was a massive risk. One that could have easily resulted in bloated pacing and meaningless filler. But for the most part, it works beautifully. In the original game, Avalanche barely registers. Barrett's crew, Biggs, Wedge, Jesse, they're there, they help with the bombing mission, and then they're gone. You don't really have time to care. Remake changes that completely. These characters are fully realised now. You spend time with them. You see their doubts, their motivations, their friendships. You hang out in Seventh Heaven, listening to people talk like actual human beings instead of exposition machines. And suddenly, these aren't just side characters, they're people you care about. Jessie, in particular, surprised me the most. Her flirtatious energy with Cloud, the way she teases him and clearly enjoys pushing his buttons, it makes her feel alive. She's not just Avalanche member number 3 anymore. She has a personality, a backstory, a family, and because of that, later moments in the game hit so much harder emotionally. This is what people mean when they say remake isn't just padding. It's context. It's investment. It's the difference between passing through Midgar and actually living there. Let's talk about Cloud Strife. In the original game, Cloud is cool, distant, and mysterious, and that worked for what that game was. But in Remake, Cloud feels more human, more vulnerable. His struggles with Sephiroth, the Genova cells, and his fractured identity are more visible and more persistent. You can see him fighting something inside himself, and that internal conflict makes him compelling in a way the original could only hint at. But what really brings Cloud to life is his dry humour, the deadpan responses, the reluctant participation in ridiculous side quests, the way he maintains that stoic exterior while clearly caring more than he lets on. It's genuinely funny and surprisingly warm. Then there's Aerith. She's more playful here, more flirty, maybe even a little mischievous. But that mysterious quality is still there. That sense that she knows more than she's saying. Every scene with her feels important. Even the quiet moments, walking through Sector 5, talking about nothing in particular, carry emotional weight. Her theme music alone does so much heavy lifting, perfectly capturing who she is. What Remake does so well is turn icons into people. These aren't just legendary characters anymore. They're individuals with quirks, flaws, and depth. And by giving them the time the original game couldn't, Remake makes you fall in love with them all over again. Now I'm planting my flag. This is my favourite combat system in any JRPG I've ever played. The hybrid of real-time action and classic ATB strategy is brilliant. You're constantly moving, dodging, attacking, but you're also managing resources, timing abilities, and making tactical decisions. Character switching isn't a gimmick, it's essential. You switch to Barret for aerial enemies. You swap to Tifa to build stagger. You rely on Aerith for magic and support. Every character matters. And the boss fights? That's where this system truly shines. They demand preparation, awareness, and adaptation. Normal difficulty felt perfectly tuned, challenging without being frustrating, engaging without becoming exhausting. This combat system feels like the natural evolution of classic Final Fantasy. It preserves the strategy of turn-based combat, while adding the physicality and intensity of action gameplay. If future entries keep this system, I'll be thrilled. If other JRPGs try to copy it, I won't blame them. It's that good. Now, Remake isn't perfect, and most of its issues come from one decision: turning Midgar into an entire game. Midgar feels alive. The NPCs feel real. The environmental storytelling is excellent. But pacing can suffer. Some chapters drag, some environments feel repetitive, some side quests are clearly filler. The sewers last too long. The train graveyard overstays its welcome. These moments don't ruin the experience, but they're noticeable. This is the cost of expansion. Square Enix sometimes prioritizes spectacle over tight pacing. For me, the highs far outweigh the lows. But it's a trade-off worth acknowledging. The presentation, though, outstanding. The soundtrack deserves special praise. Nobuo Uematsu's original compositions are legendary, and the remixes here are phenomenal. Aerith's theme, in particular, is haunting and beautiful. Visually, this is the Final Fantasy VII we imagined as kids. The scale of Midgar, the lighting, the sheer detail, it's breathtaking. And Sephiroth's presence hangs over everything. Even in moments of hope and humour, you feel that darkness waiting just beyond the horizon. Remake is both a technical and artistic achievement. It's the realisation of a dream decades in the making. So here's my final verdict. If you loved the original Final Fantasy VII, you need to play this. If you're new to the series, This is an excellent entry point, though it may inspire you to experience the original afterward. Final Fantasy VII Remake is a love letter to one of gaming's most beloved stories, and a bold experiment that dares to change destiny itself. It respects the past without being trapped by it. It expands the world, it deepens the characters, and it challenges our expectations. This might be my favourite modern JRPG. It might be my favourite JRPG of all time. Because the most exciting thing of all is this: the future is no longer fixed. We don't know how this story ends anymore. And that uncertainty, that possibility, is exhilarating. Midgar was just the beginning, and I can't wait to see where fate takes us next.